And if you get Vanessa Bryant pregnant, you become the Black Mamba, okay? You recover the mantle. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like all the magic, all the work ethic, the mentality, it's all in there. Where else would he leave it?
The internet's going wild with claims that Vanessa Bryant is pregnant with twins. And people aren't stopping there. They're saying she's finally moved on from Kobe, and the rumors are hitting hard at the worst possible time. Instead of celebrating Natalia Bryant's huge moment, graduating from USC with honors, the spotlight got snatched away. Her achievement got totally overshadowed by whispers and wild gossip. It started with some sneaky Instagram zoom-ins and TikToks hinting at a soft launch. Then came the so-called insiders, throwing around talk of twins, secret baby daddies, and betrayal.
Vanessa Bryant pregnant? I ain't want to be in my business, but what the f***? You telling me Kobe Bryant's ex-wife, is pregnant with somebody else's baby? What, the bomber clot? You nah, be serious. You can't be serious.
Suddenly, Vanessa's decision to stay quiet wasn't just silence. It turned into a scandal all by itself. And right in the middle of it, Natalia, just 21 years old, watching her proudest day spiral into a media circus she never asked for. Now, people aren't just speculating. They're getting disrespectful. They're dragging Kobe's name into it, tossing around outrageous rumors about who Vanessa's been with. From NBA icons to celebrity family friends, everyone's being thrown into the mess. It went from whispers to brutal gossip in no time. And Natalia, she's sitting front row as her graduation glow turned into internet drama. Her moment didn't crash because of school. It crashed because people couldn't mind their business. But let's rewind for a second. Natalia just did something massive. She graduated from USC with honors. That's already impressive on its own. But for her, it's deeper. She made it through college while carrying unimaginable pain, losing her dad, losing her sister, holding it all together while the world watched. And still, she walked across that stage tall, proud, and powerful, keeping her family's legacy alive. There she was, Natalia Bryant, walking that stage like a straight-up champ. For one beautiful moment, the world actually showed her some love. Celebs were sending congrats. The internet was full of praise. And even Taylor Swift sent thoughtful gifts to the Bryant family. It finally felt like they were catching a break, like the universe was giving them a win. But that peace didn't last. Not even a full week later, the whispers started. The attention that was supposed to be on Natalia's big achievement suddenly swerved in a whole new direction. Out of nowhere, people started obsessing over Vanessa Bryant's stomach. That's when the online chatter exploded. Vanessa is pregnant! And just like that, the vibe shifted. The internet reacted instantly. Posts were flying, comments rolling in, and just like a soap opera plot twist, it all flipped. One minute, it was congrats, Natalia. The next, it was who's Vanessa been with. The headlines stopped sounding like news and started reading like pure tabloid drama, and it got messier. People began accusing her of trying to replace Kobe. Others were dragging Natalia into the mess like she had anything to do with it. Like seriously, how's this 21-year-old supposed to enjoy the biggest moment of her life when the world is busy, turning her mom's personal business into some kind of entertainment special? This girl's already lived through the unthinkable, losing her dad and sister, twice the heartbreak, and she's still standing. But now, she's got to sit back and watch the internet throw dirt on her mom and twist up her dad's legacy like it's some reality show drama. No wonder people are saying she crashed out. She barely had time to breathe before the gossip wave dragged her right back under. And then came the so-called proof. Photos popping up left and right, people zooming in on screenshots, circling her waistline, slowing down clips frame by frame, all just to spot a supposed baby bump. It was wild. The internet went full detective mode. CSI, Vanessa Bryant took over in real time. People were zooming in, screenshotting, analyzing every angle like it was some high-stakes investigation. And the jokes? Oh, they came fast. Memes had fans losing it in the comments. One in particular had folks screaming from laughter.
And if you get Vanessa Bryant pregnant, you become the Black Mamba, okay? You recover the mantle. It's like the Green Lantern ring. Like all the magic, all the work ethic, the mentality, it's all in there. Where else would he leave it?
Yeah. It was funny, at first, but let's keep it real. Vanessa hasn't said anything about being in a relationship. No soft launch couple selfies, no mysterious man hiding in the back of some brunch photo, not even a cheeky heart eye emoji, nothing. But somehow, the internet still acted like they cracked a secret code. So how did Vanessa handle it? She didn't drop a statement. She clapped back with attitude. She jumped on Instagram and posted 2 savage memes that said everything without needing to explain a thing. The first one? A picture of Rihanna in goggles flipping the bird with the caption, "Me protecting my peace. Not pregnant and having fun all summer." That hit hard. Then she followed it up with a second meme that read, "I'm not mean, I'm just not the one." Short, sharp, and so Vanessa. But instead of calming things down, her post just turned up the heat. People weren't backing off. In fact, they doubled down. Some said she was just trying to protect her privacy. Others flat out accused her of hiding the truth. The comment sections blew up with wild takes and messy opinions. One user even dropped a shady line. According to statistics, she waited much longer than most men would. Like, seriously, the internet wasn't letting go. It was like throwing gasoline on an already blazing fire. People online were shouting, "Let that woman live! It's nobody's business." But others, they got real bold. One person even said, "Not a fan of her or her ex-husband, but she's not cheating. She a widow. Black men are just mad because she got the bag and is allowed to move on with her non-black life." Yeah, it got that messy. And the worst part? This wasn't just about Vanessa anymore. The gossip spread like wildfire. And it landed hard on her daughters too, especially Natalia. Because when the internet starts saying your mom's out here trying to replace your dad, Kobe Bryant, that hits a whole different nerve. That kind of talk isn't just messy, it's personal. And it dragged Natalia right into the chaos. She didn't ask for this. She was out here celebrating her achievements, and suddenly the internet flips the script on her whole family. Now let's talk about what really made this rumor explode: the baby daddy theories. Once whispers of a possible pregnancy dropped, people weren't just asking if it was true. They wanted names. Who could possibly replace Kobe in Vanessa's life? And that's when the speculation got wild. First up in the rumor mill, Rob Pelinka. If you know hoops, you definitely know Rob. He wasn't just Kobe's agent for years. He was like family, helped handle Kobe's business behind the scenes, stayed close even after the tragedy. So yeah, they go way back. Then boom, a TikTok pops up showing a viral photo of Vanessa and Rob that had people side-eyeing the whole thing. Just one image, and suddenly the internet was in detective mode again.
Vanessa Bryant and Rob Pelinka picture goes viral, and a lot of people are speculating about if Rob Pelinka and Vanessa Bryant Rob Pelinka, you thought you got away with it, but you ain't get away with it. No!
But what really got the internet buzzing was a birthday post Vanessa made for Rob. It was sweet, respectful, just a few throwback pics and a kind caption. But on the internet, that's all it takes. The comment section lit up with people asking, is there more to this story? But here's the kicker. Rob Pelinka is married, and not on the low either. His wife is right there in the picture, living her life. Still, the internet didn't care. The gossip train had already left the station. He's happily publicly married with kids. So while Vanessa and Rob Pelinka clearly share a deep, long-standing friendship, nothing romantic has ever been confirmed. Still, that didn't stop the internet from running wild with rumors. But then came the name that had the blogs completely locked in, P. Gasol. And honestly, folks had every reason to side-eye this one. After Kobe's passing, Pau Gasol didn't just check in once and disappear. He stayed close, real close. He's been showing up for the family on the regular. Dinners, holidays, birthdays. He sends flowers on important dates, always shows love. And the way Vanessa introduced him at Kobe's jersey retirement, people felt something in that moment.
Honored to introduce my dear friend Pau tonight. Pau was special to Kobe, as a teammate, as a man, and as a friend.
But what really set the internet off? Valentine's Day roses. That's right. Pau sent Vanessa white roses. Not red, but still, on Valentine's Day, that had people buzzing in seconds. Because, let's be real, who sends a widow flowers on that day unless there's something deeper going on?
Paul Gasol surprises Vanessa Bryant with some beautiful white roses, and everybody think it's just okay because, they're just friends, there's nothing going on. No!
So now, it's not just, is Vanessa pregnant? It's turned into, who got her pregnant? And the way folks are asking, it's not innocent curiosity. It's like some weird competition. Like every man in her orbit is getting measured up against Kobe Bryant himself. And that's where it starts turning dark, because it's no longer just about Vanessa's private life. It's about trying to control her choices, her grief, her healing. It's like the world decided she's not allowed to move on without public approval, and now they're dragging her through the mud just for possibly finding peace again. It's not just Vanessa taking the heat. This whole thing is weighing heavy on her daughter too. To really get why this rumor hits so deep, especially in LA, you gotta understand what Kobe meant to that city. One Reddit user nailed it. Kobe is a deity in LA. The guy is a legit religion out here, and they weren't exaggerating. No other sports icon comes close. Not Jeter in New York, not LeBron in Cleveland, not Curry in the Bay, not even Michael Jordan in Chicago. In LA, Kobe was everything. So now, 5 years after his passing, the idea that Vanessa might be pregnant, for some diehard fans, it feels like a straight-up betrayal. And that's wild when you really think about it. Because let's be honest, Vanessa never asked to be a celebrity. She wasn't chasing headlines. She was Kobe's wife, raising their kids, living a private life. Then overnight, she became a widow. And instead of supporting her healing, some fans, mostly men, are out here acting like she owes them something. They're treating her grief like a public contract, like she's not allowed to move forward unless it fits their fantasy.
Let me get this straight. Vanessa Bryant's supposed to just rot over and pretty much be unhappy and pretty much not do what she want to do because Kobe died. So y'all mean to tell me, hold on, let me get this straight. So when your husband or wife dies, right, you're supposed to die with them. You weren't supposed to, live your life. You weren't supposed to do anything. Y'all start to scare me, TikTok. Yeah, y'all start to scare me.
They want her frozen in time, stuck in mourning forever. Some even went so far as to say she should never date again, that her job is to die a widow. Like, what? So she's supposed to just raise the kids, suffer in silence, and stay alone forever so strangers can keep idolizing a love story? That's not just unrealistic, it's cruel. And here's where it gets worse. That same twisted energy, it's hitting Natalia too, because in their minds, if Vanessa disrespected Kobe by moving on, then Natalia's now expected to carry the torch. Suddenly, everything she does is under the Kobe microscope. What she wears, who she dates, how she talks. Every little thing gets picked apart. And she hasn't said a single word about any of it, not one public comment. But people keep projecting onto her like her silence means something. They want her to play a role she never asked for, to live under this impossible legacy standard, all while grieving and just trying to live her own life. This isn't about honoring Kobe anymore. It's about controlling the women he left behind. And that's the real problem. Before anybody starts preaching that Vanessa owes it to Kobe to stay single for life, let's get one thing straight. Their marriage was not some perfect fairy tale. It was emotional, complicated, and played out in front of the entire world. Kobe met Vanessa when she was just 17, still in high school, working on the set of a music video. He was 21, already blowing up in the NBA. He saw her, fell hard, and before long, they were engaged. Just a year later, they tied the knot. But this wasn't some innocent young love story. It came with real drama. In 2003, everything shifted. Kobe was accused of sexual assault by a 19-year-old hotel worker. The charges were eventually dropped, but the scandal was huge. And while the case didn't go to trial, Kobe publicly admitted to cheating on Vanessa. He even admitted that the woman involved didn't see it as consensual.
One thing that you did write about in the book, and that has been highlighted, is case. And you had made a TikTok on it saying, basically, if you read the details of the investigation and of the allegations, a lot of it is tied to Kobe and his personality, and there's some awkwardness in there. Can you explain some of that and kind of what you found out from reading that investigation?
Yeah, well, I actually went to Eagle, Colorado, where it took place, and spoke with a lot of people. And it's interesting. Like, do I think Kobe raped this woman? Yes. Do I think Kobe thought he was raping this woman? No. And I know that sounds like a cop-out answer, but I don't mean it that way.
I'm innocent.
didn't force her to do anything against her will. I'm innocent. No. Now sit here in front of you guys. Furious at myself. Disgusted at myself for making a mistake of adultery.
That moment hit like a bomb. It was one of the darkest times in his entire career. And Vanessa, she didn't do press. She didn't run to the media. She didn't bash him. She stayed quiet, loyal. She stood by his side when the world was against him. And how did Kobe respond? He gave her an apology with tears, with words, and with a $4 million ring. Yep, $4 million. That ring became a symbol of just how messy and raw things had gotten. So no, this wasn't a Disney movie. It was real life, full of heartbreak, betrayal, forgiveness, and a lot of pressure. And through every storm, Vanessa never told her side. No sit-down interviews, no exposés, no public dragging. She protected him. She held up his image when he didn't always do the same for her. So now, for people online to say she should never love again, that she owes her loneliness to Kobe's legacy, that's not just unfair, it's disrespectful. Vanessa gave everything. She already proved her loyalty. Letting her move on, if that's even happening, isn't a betrayal. It's survival. When people say out of respect, what are they really asking for? Because let's be honest, Vanessa already gave Kobe more grace than most women ever would. One commenter said it straight. Kobe cheated on her before. Let her move on. And they weren't wrong. Vanessa stayed through the public scandals, through the heartbreak, through the headlines, and not for clout or a paycheck. She stayed for the family, for her daughters, for the future they were building. Through it all, she held that family together. And while social media's out here debating whether she's allowed to move on, let's not forget, there are real people in her life who've been holding her down from the very start. Not for likes, not for clicks, just out of love. And that brings us to the idea of found family. The people who show up even when the cameras stop flashing. The ones who stay when the world moves on. One of those people, Shaquille O'Neal.
You got Natalia and those two little babies?
Always. Oh, listen, babies, they don't call me Uncle Shaq for a reason. You call me up, you find me, I'm not hard to find, I'll do whatever y'all need.
And of course, P. Gasol. Yeah, his name got dragged into the baby daddy rumors, but let's be real for a second. What Pau has done for the Bryant family goes way beyond any gossip. He didn't just show up once for a photo op. He's been there over and over, holidays, special dates, quiet moments when nobody else was watching. And when Pau and his wife had their baby girl, he honored Gigi in the most beautiful and personal way imaginable by naming his daughter after her.
Writing, our little one has finally arrived, Elizabeth Gianna Gasol. A very meaningful name for our super beautiful daughter, hashtag girl dad. And if that wasn't enough, they also asked Vanessa Bryant to be Elizabeth's godmother, an honor that she happily accepted. Vanessa writing, my goddaughter is here. Congratulations, Pau and Kat. Love you three so much. So touched by your request to honor my Gigi.
That's not just friendship, that's family, that's respect, and that's the kind of love you can't fake. So while strangers online keep arguing over Vanessa's choices, the people who actually know her already made theirs. They chose to show up. They chose to stand by her. And that speaks way louder than any rumor ever could. Watch this. This right here. This is what truly matters. Not the gossip, not the headlines, not the messy comment sections. Through all the pain, the lawsuits, the devastating losses, the constant judgment, Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri have built something real. A circle so solid it doesn't crack when the world turns its back on them. And in moments like this, when they're under fire all over again, it's that circle that keeps them standing. Pregnant or not, the noise keeps coming. And once again, the world is reminding Vanessa and Natalia that grief, fame, and legacy don't come with compassion. There's no mercy. Every time they try to catch their breath, someone's right there, dragging them back into old pain, old headlines, old wounds. So now the real question is, if the price of healing is public backlash, what's gonna happen when they stop asking for permission to live? What happens when the Bryant women stop just surviving and start chasing joy? Because let's not forget, they've already endured the unthinkable. They've lived through tragedy most people couldn't even imagine.
We will not be able to see Gigi go to high school with Natalia and ask her how her day went. We didn't get the chance to teach her how to drive a car. I won't be able to tell her how gorgeous she looks on her wedding day. I'll never get to see my baby girl walk down the aisle, have a father-daughter dance with her daddy, dance on the dance floor with me, or have babies of her own.
So what if now they decide that surviving isn't enough? What if they start reaching for happiness, love, peace, no matter what anyone says? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're here for real stories, real strength, and calling out the double standards, go ahead and hit that like, smash subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.